I'm not very good with keeping up with YouTube videos and actually putting them out there, but I just wanted to take a minute to put this out there. For those of you that have seen it in my description, you might already know, but I wrote a book. So this is my journey with anorexia, and by my journey I mean the whole thing so far. It was really hard to pick out what to put in it and what not to put in it, mainly because it's been obviously a journey since I was 7 years old. It's a lot to get in a book. So basically what I've intended to do with this book, and the reason I wanted to do it, is because a lot of books that I've read about eating disorders have either had unrealistic endings. I mean, I'm not doubting that they did live happily ever after with their eating disorder and it was never there again, but for me that was very unrealistic, so I wanted a book for people that were like me, that would probably live with their disorder forever. So that's what I've done with that side of it. And then the other side is I'd read a few books that mentioned what they ate in a day, or how much they drank in a day, or what drugs they took, or, you know, what was the other one? Oh, and all the calories they consumed, and the weight, and the size clothes they were in. And I find that can be really, really triggering, and so I have steered away from numbers. The only number in here is, well, obviously page numbers, but the calorie in a rice cake, which most anorexics and bulimics and probably everybody else knows anyway. So that's what I've gone with, and it doesn't finish happily ever after. It actually finishes twice. The first time is, I believe I am okay. I have to believe that life can be more than just numbers and bones. Thing is, Anna, the life I deserve is mine, my own making, and my own future. That's the first ending, because then I do a chapter of advice, and the advice chapter finishes with, my story will probably continue with her in the background, but that is okay, because we all have parts of ourselves we do not like, and for me that part is her. So, those of you that don't know, I call my eating disorder Anna. That was recommended to me by Cams years back. Way before this whole pro-Anna thing came out, which, do not get me started on. It infuriates me, and I just, I really lose my temper with it. But anyway, beside the point, mine is, yes, called Anna, short for anorexia. And basically, I wanted the book to be as honest as possible, so I have pretty much bared all in here. There are pictures of me growing up. The only pages I would say, and I'll put a trigger warning in here now, so if you're going to get triggered, then I would stop watching for a minute and then forward wind it probably about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, is this page here might trigger, which is page, I don't actually have page numbers, which is really awkward. I'm not changing it now. It's published. I'm not changing it now. And the other page is this one, which is near the end. So they're the only pages that might trigger. If they do, I am so sorry. I really tried to keep out any triggering pictures, but there comes a point where you can't put photos in of yourself looking well when you're in that sort of state. So yeah, that's how I wanted the book to be. It does mention raspberry ketones and laxatives, but there are no dosages in there. There is just a discussion of taking them and being an idiot. But yeah, so basically what I'm getting at is, I wrote a book. If you want to read it, go ahead and read it. If you want to recommend it to someone, go ahead and recommend it to them. It would mean the world to me, because, as I say, I worked my ass off on this, and I want people to read it and understand eating disorders. That's the point of it, is for medical professionals, for family and friends, and for those suffering anyway. Just to get an idea of what eating disorders entail, and for those of you that don't know or are curious about the life of someone with an eating disorder, I think it can help to that extent. So that was the basic aim of the book, and yeah, that's about it. So I will speak to you all soon.